At some point in the opening, two improvisers step out and begin a scene inspired by the opening. This is followed by two more scenes that also explore the theme but are completely unrelated to the first one or to each other. A group game similar in format to the opener follows, which brings together all of the players to refocus and further explore the theme and to show the audience how far the show has come from the opening idea and suggestion. The first three scenes return for a second beat, but do not necessarily follow a linear or thematic structure. For example, the first scene might be about two rich people. The second scene, the second beat, might be about those same rich people at another point in time. This is so-called time dash method. Or it might be about the servants that clean their boat, or about corporate greed or poverty, or about any other thematic idea expressed earlier. The second two beats similarly build upon ideas, characters, and themes from the first section. Slight connections can begin to appear in the second beat, but generally any major connections appearing this early are forced by the performance and fall flat. A second group game follows that explores themes and reconnects the original audience suggestion, and then the three scenes return for the final exploration, the final beat, in which connections between the scenes begin to emerge. Characters begin to inhabit other environments, and the stories begin to come together. The final three scenes culminate in a finale that incorporates the theme and as many elements from the scenes and games as possible. For Close, the ideal herald would be fiercely intelligent, terribly funny, and containing nothing whatsoever in terms of plot. The herald's thematic focus and collage structure not only rely on connections and callbacks, but also on the audience, who are asked to make their own connections and draw their own conclusions from the piece. As I.O. improviser Jacob Schneider says, whatever it means to them, the audience, we leave it to them. So let's look at a herald performance by the Improv Mafia. While not an I.O. team, the group performs a fairly traditional herald and will help in understanding the form. The audience suggestion is the word peanut butter. For the opener, the group plays a game, the game I Hate, which features a series of quick rants that begin with the initial player saying, I hate peanut butter because... In our example, the initial line is, I hate peanut butter because it sticks to the roof of my mouth. Players then continue to rant about peanut butter and any other ideas that are brought up by other players, so a player can rant about mouths or anything else that comes up besides peanut butter. For example, this I hate includes several of the following lines. I hate Jimmy Carter. You know what I hate about the South is how hot it gets. You know what I hate about heat is that I can't stop sweating. You know what I hate about presidents is that they only are in office for 4 years. You know what I hate about 4-year blocks? After a few minutes, two improvisers begin a scene between two peanut farmers complaining about the heat and their crummy jobs working for a peanut magnet. As this scene plays out, two different improvisers edit the scene and begin a new scene about an overbearing father and a loser son. A third scene between two potential lovers on a first date ends the first beat. This is now time for a game, which in this case opens when several players come out on stage and begin smacking their lips as if they have peanut butter stuck to the roof of their mouth. The players exchange several lines about various things that are stuck in their mouths, peanut butter, thumbtacks, Jimmy Carter, and the game quickly ends. The next scene is, in this case, a plot continuation of the first one, except this time we see the peanut magnet dealing with his staff and coping with declining peanut prices. The second part is a plot continuation from the first, featuring the loser son at school dealing with a pair of school bullies who tease him after he follows his father's advice to write them letters detailing his problems with them and how they make him feel. The third is a thematic connection from the first that features a scene between a different pair of lovers who are at the bitter end of their relationship, as opposed to the magical beginning we witnessed in the first part. A second group game features a quick and fun Jack and the Beanstalk parody featuring Peanuts instead of magic beans and Jimmy Carter instead of Jack. With the beginning of the third beat, the scenes begin to intersect as the peanut magnet from the second beat is united with the bitter lover from the third, who develops a form of poisonous peanut butter to give to ex-lovers that ultimately saves the peanut magnet's farm. The peanut workers from the first scene falls in love with the loser's son from the first and second scenes, connecting to the love theme of the third scene. And the school bullies from the second part end up as future slave drivers on the peanut plantation. The Herald ultimately ends with Jimmy Carter giving parenting lessons to the father from the first part and the peanut magnet from the first part, while building houses for Habitat for Humanity with magic beans that sprout into hot tubs. While not the perfect Herald, the above example demonstrates the basic workings of the structure and the ways that comedy is created.